Hi guys, welcome back or welcome if you're new. My name is Tiana and I'm the maker behind Also Stitched, and today we have market recap. We have everything that I have made in past month, which is not a lot but still better than nothing. Yeah, just an update. Where I've been, what are my plans, how many markets I have till the end of the year and things like that. So stay tuned. So my markets are finally back. I mean Uni Markets because those are the only markets I will be doing. And I have only 2 left for the end of the year or this semester. Unfortunately, I didn't do 4 last markets because of the weather. There was a lot of rain and wind and it was so cold, and I feel like no one was doing markets at that time. So I was just fine staying at home and chilling. As you have maybe noticed with my last video, I have been knitting more than crocheting lately. And at the moment I'm still more knitting than crocheting, but it is about to change because I am coming into my market season. I don't have a lot of markets. I have only 6 markets left till the end of the year. 2 of them are Uni Markets, 2 of them are my bigger markets, and the last 2 are gonna be my school markets, which I've been doing for the past 4 years. And I kind of don't want to let go of them, even though they are nothing big, nothing major, but at least they will help me to get rid of my stock. Because my plan for the next year is to have no stock. I want to finish this year with as little stock as possible because at the moment I don't know what are my plans for the next year, whether I will be continuing with markets or if I will be doing markets at all. I don't know where am I with my business and what will happen. We'll see. This year we will finish what we have to, and then I will decide during my Christmas break and school holidays what are my plans for the next year. I have started a bit of market prepping. It's not a lot, it's not big. I have also lowered a lot of my prices down because I don't want to keep up my stock, and some of my plushies have been sitting on my shelves for over a year and I just want them gone. Even if it's half price, I want them gone. So at my Uni Market I had plenty of time to go through my plushies and retag them and lower prices, really lower the price. I just want them gone. I will slow down with making any bigger plushies. I am focusing more on the small and medium size just because they are selling quicker, and with my last 2 markets being school markets, I know the small things will sell more than any bigger plushies. I made one big plushie which I will show you today, and I feel like that's gonna be my last big plushie for the year. I might make another toothless, but we'll see. So I'm gonna start this video what I have been making for the past, it's actually only a month, even though it's been 2 months since my last crochet video. Today is 1st of October and it's crazy to think how time is going by so quickly, and we are already in October, and I have 2 markets in October and 4 markets in November, and that's gonna be it. December, January, February, I'm just gonna take time off. I might still do YouTube because I would still like to make things. Even though I'm not doing markets, I still enjoy making things. I'm a process maker and I enjoy the process of making things. So let me quickly show you what I've made in the past month. This is gonna be hard to show because it is huge. I managed to finish a hexie cardigan for my husband. I'm honestly not happy with this. He likes it, even though he never wore it, and I honestly don't think he will wear it. The problem with my husband is he's too nice and he will probably wear it just to prove me that he will wear it, even though I don't like how this looks on him, I don't like how this fits him, but he's very stubborn. He was supposed to wear it in September at his business picnic party that they were supposed to have, but because of the weather it was cancelled. It was moved to November, and with November temperatures I don't think he will wear this because it is hot. This is acrylic yarn, and I mean it's not bad, I just don't like how these things fit men. That's my only thing. It is really nice and soft, and I love this yarn, but I don't see this a waste. It's only a waste of my time, but even if he doesn't ever wear this, I can always repurpose this yarn and I can make a blanket or whatever. I did it for him, he wanted it, but I wouldn't mind if you don't wear this, because just because I don't like it. It is not the style I like to see on a man. So yeah, this is the hexi cardigan for my husband. It is kind of quarter sleeves. It is very long on him because he wanted it a bit longer, and he's tall. But yeah, that's it. I have not a lot to say or show. The colors are nice. The colors are masculine and good enough for a man, but I just don't like the fit on the man. So that's it. It took a while to finish it, and even during the process of making this, I was asking him, please let me know if you don't like this so I can save my time and stop working on this. And he was like, no, just keep making it, just keep making it. And once it was done, he tried it on, I can tell by his face he wasn't impressed by the fit and the look on him, but he is too nice, and I know he will wear this just to prove me that he can wear this, but I don't really expect this from him. I don't want him to wear it because I don't like how this looks on him. But oh well. Honestly, since I've been knitting, I do prefer knitted garments and the way they look. And I'm also wearing my t-shirt. This is my Tolsta tee. I talked about this one in my last video. I'm not gonna talk about it, but it is a knitted t-shirt that I made out of the cotton. And I just prefer the look of these things, not crochet garments. So I was lucky because all the new plushies that I took to my Uni Market, none of them sold, which is great because I can show them to you because they are still here with me, and they are also tagged. Anything that is tagged was already on my market. I think everyone knows about this pattern and I don't have to talk a lot. I'm late to the game, and I remember watching Jenny from In My Spare Time Crochet. She said that I inspired her to make Figgy the Frog, and Jenny, you inspired me to make this guy because you're making so many of them. I can't be bothered to make another Anchor the Octopus because this takes a long time. This is the biggest one, and I made only one for me, and I also made a smaller one which was sold at my Supanova market, and since then I wasn't sure if I want to make another one. But these things do sell, and I like them in these variegated colors. So thank you, Jenny, for inspiring me. I decided to make the Drift the Octopus from the Crochet Carpenter. So yeah, these are really quick make, and I enjoyed making him. And I have another one. This one is, if you remember in my last video, I talked about this yarn, how I didn't like how it was pulling on a loaf cat. I think it's Charlene. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. I can't pronounce name if I don't hear them, so I think it's Charlene from Miss Lily. I apologize. She follows me on my social medias and she comments on every single video, and I love that. Thank you so much for supporting me. She actually mentioned that this yarn is better on a bigger plushies, and she was right. Thank you. So I just made sure to start in the pink because the whiter part is a longer part, so I knew it's gonna look better without that pink stripe in the middle of the plushie. And then since it was going vertical, I prefer this look with this yarn. I don't think I will be able to use this yarn on anything else other than bigger plushies or things like that. I just hope that they will sell. We'll see. On my last market, they did get a lot of attention, but they did not sell. But my Uni markets are usually very slow markets, so that's fine. I apologize if you can hear screaming. That's my son. We are on school holidays and he's playing in his room, gaming with his friends online. So yeah, it is just the reality of school holidays and kids being home, which it's only him at home because my daughter is in Japan. She is having such a good time. She is there with her school, with her Japanese class. They will be there for 2 weeks, and yesterday they were in Disneyland and she's having such a good time. I'm so happy for her, and yeah, it's a beautiful experience for her and for her friends. So yeah, this is Drift the Octopus. Beautiful pattern, try it. I loved making it. I forgot to mention the yarn I used for Drift the Octopus. It is the Spotlight, I think it's Valuable, their rainbow yarn. And my next plushie is Bluey. She was a pattern test for Tracy from Travel Crochet AU. It is already available on her website. This was a lot of work for how big it is. I made it in Hobby Toucan, but the reason it is a lot of work, it is the color change, and it honestly killed me how long it took with all of these, especially this, and then you have color change at the back. I used to make Bluey back last year. It was a different pattern and some of these things were sewn on, so there was not a lot of color change. I do like this size. I love the way it looks. It's really nice. It's cute. I think if I were to make the second one, it would go faster because this was a pattern test, so I had to pay more attention to the pattern, counting the stitches. I did had a problem with a lot of shifting. I think this has to be to the tension issues and the crocheting style. I think she's crocheting yarn under and I'm crocheting yarn over, but still it is a beautiful pattern. The only thing I sewed on was ears and muzzle. Everything else is crocheted in, and yeah, I like the way she looks. She's cute. I didn't have a colors to make bingo, so I'm fine with just Bluey. We'll see how fast she will sell, and yeah, it's a cute pattern. And thank you, Tracy, for allowing me to pattern test for you again. Thank you so much. I love it. Another pattern that is very popular lately is Baby Demi. If you watch Stranger Things, then you know. I don't watch. I'm not the type of person who likes to watch anything scary or creepy or whatever, but my family is a huge fan, and actually my husband wants me to make him another one, but he wants it in a dark gray or olive color. I think that's the original color that Demogorgon comes in. This pattern is by Just a Mom Crocheting. I think it's very popular in the crochet community at the moment, and it is okay. It was nothing special. I wasn't really impressed. I just bought it for the fact that Stranger Things will be released in November and it will be again very popular, and this plushie might sell. This plushie did get a lot of attention at my Uni Market, but it didn't sell, which is fine. It was a slow market anyway. Stay till the end, I will do a market recap. It is a bit more work for the size you get with the sewing and all this happening around the whatever this is, flower mouth, whatever. It looks like flower, but I think it's just the whatever. Again, I made this one in Hobby Toucan. It is a nice size. I would try to make it in maybe Modavira blanket yarn to see how big it will get. I do want to stick more to this size of the plushies just because I could sell them easier and I don't want to be left over with the big plushies and no place to store them for the next year until I figure out which markets I'm gonna do for the next year, if so. All of these mini plushies that I'm gonna show you now, they were all made after the market because I realized I am really low on the small items. I've been putting them a lot into the mystery boxes, and mystery boxes are selling like crazy. That's insane. I really need to focus on a small $15 to $20 items because they're always selling the best, and I am actually completely out of them. I have like maybe a couple of them left, and so what I've been focusing on, I've been making fidget pop-ups. These are all, I'm gonna show you, they're all from Cable and Canvas. They're their most popular patterns. The fidget pops, I made them in Alice Velluto because Alice Velluto is very durable and you get a bigger size out of the plushie, and I love how they are popping. Interesting, yesterday I watched Katie from the Celestial Homebody. She was also making fidget pop-ups, and she said that she don't like to make them in Alice Velluto because they are not popping nicely, and for me it is quite opposite because I've been only making them, I tried them in a Hobby Toucan, which is chenille yarn, and it is not as good as in Alice Velluto. For me these are popping really nice. Look at this. And it is really like a nice sensory feel doing this, and I have no issues with popping them, and she actually said that she disliked the way they are popping. So it's different for everyone, each to their own, but I do find Alice Velluto really nice. So yeah, I've been making them in Alice Velluto. They've been selling really good. I made 3. I think in my first batch I made 8 of these and they're all sold out, and yeah, they are really nice. hand size, and I love making these are really quick make and they are really selling good. I used to sell these for 18 and some of the others for 20, 22, but I've decided to price them all equally, even though some of these others I'm gonna show you take a lot longer to make. But I just want them in a one basket labeled as fidget pop-ups, and I don't want to price tag them because I used to price tag them, and when the kids are playing with them, my price tag usually get wrinkled and ruined, and I just don't want to waste my time price tagging these, because if they are in the same basket with price of $20 Australian dollars, I'm just fine with that. So they're all gonna be one price from now on, and yeah. So the next ones I made are the sunflower pop-up. I also made this couple of times and I sold them. I decided not to put the bottom part. I think it's like a leaves that you can put at the bottom, but I decided I don't want to put, and yeah, these are so nice. Anything sunflowers are selling really good, so yeah, I made 2 of these. And again, I made jellyfish because jellyfish have been selling really good for me. I made only 2, again in Elise Velluto. Just this is a different color than I made my first batch. I think I made 3 or 4 of them and sold them. I think I might have left one. These are really nice because they have these tentacles and the kids really love these. So yeah, I made 2 of these, and those are the only smaller items that I made at the moment. I'm in the process of remaking all my mini plushies. It's gonna take a while and I'm not putting a lot of pressure on me. At the moment I'm only making like 2 of these a day and that's it. It's gonna take me a while to recover from Supanova, which I actually don't wanna go back to fully be in stock like I was prepared for Supanova. My biggest market is going to be start of November, and the next one is week after that, and so I have a month to prepare for that market, and it's plenty of time. And like I said, I don't want to have a lot of stock. I feel like having around $3,000 or $4,000 stock is gonna be plenty enough, because even though those are big markets, I don't sell a lot at them. If I sell $2,000, that's gonna be great. So, and those last 2 markets that I have are school markets, which are really slow and short. It's just a couple of hours, and in past years I only made between 300 and 500, which I'm still happy. It's a quick and easy money, and I know I don't need a lot of stock, and I'm just fine with that, because I'm not sure if you can hear my son screaming, but oh well. So yeah, these are all the mini things I've made, and this guy, girl, whatever, I just finished her today. This is Flamingo from Crochet Grow. I don't know why I made her. I don't think this is gonna be a big seller or anything like that, and I will probably lower the price for how big she is. I actually tried to put some eyelashes on her, because I have some eyelashes that I didn't put at any plushie yet, and the problem is they are supposed to be for the sinker eyes, but at the same time they cannot sink, and I was confused with how to put them on, and I was like, no, I can't be even bothered. So I decided just to go with the plain eyes, and there's nothing special about this. The problem is I have 5-6 skeins of this yarn and nowhere to use it, and it is the perfect flamingo color. I barely used half of the skein. I don't see myself making like 10 of these just to get rid of the yarn. The thing with me at the moment is I have so much yarn that I just wanna keep this stashing. I mean, this stashing like making plushies, not this stashing selling my yarn. I have yarn to last me for probably 2 years of running my business, plus I have a lot of yarn that I bought just to knit for the next 2 years, and I have decided that I don't want to buy anything at all till the probably end of the year. Maybe I can just treat myself for my birthday, which is this month. October is my birthday month. I'll probably just buy some yarn to make a garment or something. But when it comes to my business and my craft materials, I have so much that I need to start working through them, especially now that I know that I won't be having a lot of markets. So yeah, I am overflowing with the yarn, and this house has insulation more than it should have. with how much yarn I have. So yeah, I'm just going through my yarn, picking up the colors that I have a lot of, and I just wanna get my stash down, and that's where this flamingo came from. This is completely no-sew. It's really interesting how you make it. It wasn't a quick make. I think it took me like 2 hours. But I'm really relaxed lately and I'm in no rush to do anything, and I'm just enjoying the process. And yeah, I feel like I'm gonna price her around $48 just to get rid of her sooner, because plushies like this tend to sit a long time, so I don't want that. I would rather get less than $50 for her, even though she's a bigger plushie. And if it sells, I'll probably just make another one just to go through the yarn. And last but not least is my latest dragon. If you have been following me on Instagram, I did post her on there, so you would be able to see her. This is a Snuggle Beans crochet dragon. It is a mini snuggle dragon, but in that pattern you also get a version for a smaller version of the mini snuggle dragon. So yeah, this should be like the smallest out of 3 versions, I guess, but still, it is a big one. It is made in a Bernat blanket, that's why it is a bigger size, and the darker pink is Modavira blanket yarn. So the original color is just the plain soft pink from Bernat blanket, but these speckles that you see, I'm just gonna insert the picture because I don't have yarn. I actually ran out of the yarn on my last piece I was doing this year, was the last thing I was doing, and on the last round I have no yarn. You can see it's basic pink. So what I did, I held Bernat blanket together with this yarn and it gave these nice speckles. I tried to work it out first with a lighter color, but there was not enough contrast, which that light color I can actually use for some other plushie if I'm gonna hold 2 yarns together, but it has to be darker just for the contrast. But yeah, I love how this looks. It did took a while to make because Bernat blanket is thick by itself, and then holding it with acrylic yarn, working 2 yarns together, it was a bit challenging. I made her very simple. I didn't do any embellishments or any fur, even though I do have fur, but I just couldn't be bothered. I'm lowering prices for my bigger plushies, so I just didn't want to put more money into her than needed. I have priced her only $19 for the same reason, because I don't want her to sit with me for the next year. I want her to be gone. I love the eyes. She looks a bit goofy. I think I put them too close, but still, I like it. I like goofiness about the plushies. So yeah, with Snuggle Beans crochet patterns, there is not a lot that needs to be said because they are just perfect. Everything I made from Snuggle Beans is just perfect. The dragons are nice size, easy patterns. I don't remember what was the sewing part, what was the crochet part, and I don't honestly care about those things. I don't mind sewing. I have never had issues with sewing patterns, and yeah. So yeah, she is my latest biggest make, and unless I make another big toothless, she might be the last one. I do think I want to make toothless just because I bought a lot of black yarn and I want to use up that yarn. I'm not in the mood to make big plushies because they take a couple of hours and I'm lazy. I've been knitting a lot and I'm enjoying my knits a lot more, but I'm aware that I need to slow down with my knits, at least for the October, November, until the markets are gone. But yeah, so yeah, she's my last biggest plushie and I love how she looks with this variegated yarn. I feel like in this camera it's showing a bit more grayish blue colors, but she's definitely pink in person. So that is all when it comes to my crochet for the past month. I will definitely pick up more crocheting. I've been back to crocheting and I've been enjoying, and I'm finishing a lot of my knits and I won't be casting on any knits for the November, at least not a lot, not as much as I did in the past couple of months. So crochet is going to be my priority, so you can expect a lot more videos around the crochet. Let's do a market recap. So I only had one Uni Market since it feels like 3 months. Supanova was 3 months, but I did have that Sydney Artisans Market, which was disaster. So my Uni Markets are usually very long markets. They start from 7 a.m. and they last till 4 p.m. when you can bring the car in. I've decided I don't want to do these markets that long because it is too much and it's really boring and slow, and so I decided I'm gonna be there from 8. That's when I arrived, because we technically can arrive around 9. That's the latest you can bring the car, but I arrived there at 8 and by 9 I was already set up. It usually takes me 2 hours to set up when I'm by myself, but I went with a small gazebo which is 2.4 by 2.4, and I did only one table with plushies and nothing else. I didn't bring any of my embroidery, clothes, bags or anything because I'm running very low on my stock and I just don't want to remake that, because the markets that I have planned are not the best sellers for the embroidery. So I'm just not gonna be making clothes and bags for the end of the year. At that market I have a picture of my setup. It was one table. I was up in a high with my grid walls. I brought my beanies. I have a lot of knitted beanies which they did get a lot of attention, but none of them sold. So for the next market I won't be bringing beanies because I don't think beanies are a good seller for Uni Markets. I would rather bring my flowers because I didn't have flowers for last market, and my flowers usually do sell. So this week I need to make more tulips, sunflowers and roses because I'm completely out of the nice flowers. I have a couple of roses left, but they're not the nicest colors that would sell. So my goal this week is to make more flowers, and I need to make snap tabs. My snap tabs, embroidery snap tabs, were selling really good. I only had one stitch and that one was the first to go, so I need to remake stitch because stitch is completely sold out, and I need to make more labubus, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna make them for this week, maybe next week, because crochet labubus are not selling, but the embroidered snap tabs, they do. They were selling really good, so I might need to remake labubus. I think I'm just gonna put my crochet labubus in the mystery boxes because they're not selling and I just want them gone. So the other thing I did for that market is, since we can only bring car at 4 p.m. to pack down, I asked if it's possible for me to leave earlier, around 3, because I have trolley and I can bring everything to my car really easily. It took me only 2 rounds to take everything to car. With the minimum setup, I have small gazebo, 1 table and 2 bags of plushies, and that was a lifesaver. I can't see myself sitting there till 4 and nothing is happening. It's really boring and slow. I've been crocheting there. I've been working on my granny square blanket that I'm making for charity. That's gonna be happening soon because Litsa from Coco's Crochet announced that she will be announcing soon who are the next year's charity she will be donating, so I'm looking forward to that. I'm still working on that blanket and I will be donating some of my beanies, which is quite a lot at the moment. I have a lot of beanies. I was happy with this market because it was short, sweet and with good sales. I mean, these Uni Markets can be hit and miss. I could get $100 and I could get a $1,500 and I'm happy with whatever. The cost to have a stall is only $30 with parking and stall fee. It is a minimum setup, it is a low traffic, but it is still good market. So I did $600 for this very slow day, and everyone was complaining how slow it was, and I still did 600, which I'm happy with. Even if it was less, I will take it. There were days when I actually only got $100 there a couple of years back, and I'm still coming back to this market just because it is mid of the week and I don't have high expectations. My best seller for this market were definitely mystery boxes. People just don't care about the plushes they see, they care about the excitement of unknown and they just want to see what's in the mystery boxes. So I think I sold around 8 mystery boxes. I have 2 sizes now. I have $15 and $20, and I've been getting rid of a lot of plushes and it makes me so happy because even though I'm underselling myself, for example, in the big ones, I put a lot of loaf cats, like even the bigger ones that I've been selling for like $38 and I'm putting them for $20 and I'm still happy with that, because they've been sitting around for a long time and I won't be making them. And I actually had a girl who was thinking, should she buy a loaf cat or a mystery box? And then she asked me, is there a cat in a mystery box? And I said, yes, there is one actually. And she was like, oh, I do really want to get a cat. And I asked her, do you want me to give you the mystery box with the cat? And she said, yes, please. And then I sneak peek in one of, I usually have only two of the big size and two of the small size. And once they sell, I just make more. And I gave her, and she actually gave me $22 just because she was so happy. And you see, those cats were sitting on my shelves for so long and no one was picking them. And once they are in mystery boxes, everyone is happy to get them. One of the things I also get rid of, I put in a $15 basket, is like a little shrimp I made from my Asian food. That shrimp, it would actually never sell. I've had it for so long. But the girl who bought the small mystery box opened it and she had a blast. She was laughing so hard because there is also a card and it says, "You're shrimply the best." And she was laughing so hard. She and her friends had so much fun. So they all bought one mystery box each and they had so much fun. So yeah, my mystery boxes were definitely bestseller and snap tabs. I also sold a couple of Kindle covers because I had them with me. They're a slow seller, but I just want to get through them and get rid of them. I actually even might lower the prices just because I'm left with colors that are not attractive anymore, so people are not buying them. So I might just lower the prices to get rid of them too. Since I want to get rid of all my yarns, I have a lot of Bernat blanket yarn that is variegated and it's not nice yarn. I do plan making of more loaf cats, but the smaller versions, and some random plushies that can look good in those yarns, and I will make those specifically for mystery boxes. Since mystery boxes are selling like crazy, people actually don't care what it's in there, and those cats still looks good. Nothing is wrong with the yarn, it's just that when they are on the shelves they are not getting attention. And I plan on making more plushies specifically in those yarns that I see that are not selling really good. So that will help me also to get rid of some yarns that have been sitting around for a long time. And yeah, mystery boxes are really good seller at the moment. And the other things that were selling were mostly smaller plushies, like $15-20 plushies. I sold around, let me double check, I sold only 22 plushies, which is actually not a lot, and 7 of them were mystery boxes. So those 600 total sales, it was 616, and that includes Kindle covers and my snap tabs. Other plushies that were sold, I sold a smaller dragon. It was my purple dragon that was Spyro inspired. Then I sold a couple of loaf cats. That brown loaf cat is always selling really good. I need to make more of those. I actually sold one of the Asian food, even though I've been putting them in the mystery boxes. One of them sold just from the table. From mini plushies, I sold bees. I actually don't have a lot of mini plushies. I'm left with bees. Actually, I don't have any bees. I've sold all of them. I'm left with Labubus, which I've downgraded to mini plushies just for the price. And I think I have 2 blue chickens left, and yeah, I need to focus more on the mini plushies because these ones that I made that I showed you, they're gonna go for the $20 range because they're like fidget pop-ups. I sold one of the smaller octos I had. Those are $18. I sold one pickle. Pickles have not been selling and I was so surprised that this guy picked up a pickle. I sold my sunflower cat. I also sold otter from the swing animals. I sold large Totoro. When it comes to loaf cats, I sold 2 of the smaller ones, 1 medium and 1 large. I sold one of my jellyfish pop-up and another bee. So I need to make more bees because I'm completely out of the bees. I don't have any spiders, I don't have any chickens, I don't have any rats, capybaras, nothing. I'm completely empty. It's actually ridiculous. You can see in the photo of what I had, it's very empty. It's really empty, and yeah, and I didn't even have all my stock out because I have multiples of some of the smaller things that I kept at the back because I couldn't be bothered to have them all out, especially with love cats. Not a lot sold, but still, it wasn't a bad day. $600, I'll take it. Even if it was less, I would still be happy because it is a slow day, so I don't mind those markets. It was a beautiful day and I get to crochet a lot. I was knitting a lot, and I have only 2 of those markets left and we'll be done for the year. So that's it, guys. I didn't make a lot, but I'm looking forward to making a lot more, and I think I might be back in the groove of making these videos more often since I'll be having some markets and since I have to make more things to prep for the markets. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being patient with me since I wasn't doing a lot of videos lately. It is nice to be back. It's nice to show my makes, and it was actually really nice to be at the market too. I haven't had that feeling for 3 months and I missed that. I missed that, and it's good to be back. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, happy crafting!